Welcome to my channel, guys. My name is James. Today we're going to be making some tapas, or more specifically we're going to be making what's called pinchos. And pinchos are another type of tapa, whereas a normal tapa you get in Spain comes in, say, such as this, a terracotta bowl, or maybe in a little plate, and it's more than just one or two bites. You have enough to eat for a little bit. It's not a lot of food, but you have enough. But pinchos are famous because they come from normally the País Vasco, or the Basque region, northern Spain. And normally they come on either a little piece of bread, so a little baguette, and they also have a little toothpick in them. And in some of the restaurants, depending on the size of the toothpick, they charge you by how many you have on your plate. And again, these can also correspond to how expensive they are and also how elaborate they are. Some are very basic and plain, and then some are extremely elaborated that you may even see at such places such as Tickets, which is a Michelin star restaurant in Barcelona. So today I'm going to show you 4 easy and quick little ideas to make some pinchos. They're great for parties and get-togethers as well, so it can be a good idea for you guys. But if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. So let's get started with these little pinchos. All the mise en place, or the ingredients that we are going to need, you see in front of you in the video, as well as some of the recipes that you can use to make this. Now, we're going to be making a tortilla with Jamon Serrano and a little bit of Rocket. We're also going to be making a smoked salmon with Philadelphia and dill. That one is simple, but it tastes good. Then we're going to be making, well, I already made it, but the ensalada rusa, Russian salad. I'm going to show you at least how to plate it. I made too much the other day, so I'm using this today, which you can use for pinchos as well. And then we're going to be making a quail egg with a bit of melted manchego cheese and a bit of pate as well. So to get started, we're going to cut the baguette on the bias. I'm not going to cut it too thick because these need to be bite-sized pieces, right? It's like an open-faced sandwich, a small sandwich, so they have to be small enough that you can fit it in your mouth. So the first one that we're going to be doing is the smoked salmon. Now for the smoked salmon, I'm just going to take some dill, pick it, slice it again and again, put that in the bowl, and then I'm going to take a little bit of Philadelphia and mix that with the dill. Mix it well, and now I'm just going to take some smoked salmon. I'm going to take a little bit of the Philadelphia with dill, spread it on the bottom, a little smoked salmon on top, a little dab of more cream cheese on top, and then you can garnish it with whatever you want. So a little piece of dill, chives, whatever. Very simple and easy. The next one is going to be, well, Russian salad. This is something that I made yesterday. And if you are interested in making the Russian salad yourself, then I will leave the link to the video down below for you guys to check out, as I'll be a little more detailed than just saying basically it's potatoes, carrots, and eggs that you just boil together. Hard-boiled eggs, you peel the eggs, the carrots need to be peeled as well, and you peel the potatoes. After everything's cooked, you slice everything up, mix it with a little bit of mayonnaise, and I'll leave the recipe down for you guys as well if you want to check that out. The third one is going to be the tortilla. Now, I made a Spanish tortilla a few months ago, and I'll leave the link down below for this as well. You're going to take an onion, we're going to slice it julienne thin, then we're going to peel the potatoes and then slice them, and all of them need to be more or less equal sizes. This is important because otherwise they're not going to cook equally. Then you're going to take a pan, you're going to fill it up about halfway with olive oil, not canola or any other oil. It's olive oil. Here in Spain, olive oil is cheap, so we use a lot of it, and it's also better for you than, say, sunflower, soy, or canola. Add the onions in, cook the onions until they turn clear. And if they start to caramelize, it's even better, but you do not want to fry them. This is the important thing. It will take a little bit of time, just so you know, to make this properly, because the trick to making a good tortilla is, or are, the caramelized onions, if you're using onions. So, once the onions are cooked, more or less all the way through, you're going to add the potatoes. If you need to add a little more oil, add it, cook the potatoes, keep an eye on them, occasionally turning them so they don't burn, but do not break the potatoes. The more you move them, the more or better chance you have of breaking them, And the more broken the potatoes are while they're cooking in oil, the more oil they're going to absorb. The harder it is, it's going to strain them, and so much oil is not good for you. So after the potatoes are done, and you can check by just breaking one and the thickest, and if it breaks easily, it's done. Strain it into another pan with a chinois, and then we're going to take our smaller tortilla pan, such as this little one, and I'm going to take the mixture and measure it. Measure it up to the top of the pan. Then we're going to put this in a bowl. We're going to add 2 eggs in my case, and I'm going to let this sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Add a little bit of salt, mix it in. I'm going to take the mixture, pour it in it when it's hot, about 1 minute on high heat and another minute medium heat. Flip it with a plate and do the same thing again. High heat, medium heat. If it's still a little too runny, if it's runnier than you like, then either cook it on low heat for another minute or so, or pop it in the microwave for a few seconds and it'll be okay. Then I'm just going to take a little bit of tomato, because pan con tomate is very famous here in Catalonia. This is very common when you visit Catalonia. So put a little bit of tomato on it, a little bit of oil. You can add a little bit of salt if you want. Cut the tortilla, put the tortilla on top, a little bit of rocket or arugula, and then a bit of Jamon Serrano, and that's it. Now for the quail eggs, you can take a bit of pate, put it on the croutons, put those in the oven with a bit of cheese on top and melt them. Then while that's cooking, we're going to reuse the same oil from the tortillas, because you don't want to throw this oil out. It's not that cheap that you can just toss it, and bring that up to temp. And then for the quail eggs, if you haven't opened or used a quail egg before, it's very simple. What you do is hold the quail egg in one hand, as you see in the video. Take your paring knife. You have to choke the paring knife a little bit with the tip of it, and slowly break the top of the quail egg off with enough of a open space for you to be able to fry. Once the oil comes up to temperature, you can take a little bit of the egg white and throw that in the pan, and if it starts to pop, is ready. If it's smoking, then don't put the egg in, otherwise it's going to pop too much and you can hurt yourself with that. But anyway, you don't have to put it in another container like a normal egg. With a quail egg, you can literally drop it from the shell right into the pan, as you see I'm doing, and make a quick little less than 10-second egg. Take a spoon, make sure that the yolk is either runny or to your liking. Have a little piece of paper and a plate next to it so you can put that on it to drain the oil, and then just plate. And once you're done, take the croutons out with the melted cheese, put the little egg on top, a little garnish as well, and that's it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed these 4 quick and easy little tapa recipes. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section down below, as I'm here to help. And if you want, feel free to play around with the ingredients and make your own little pincho recipes, because like I said, when you go to some of these places, you will see just about anything that you can imagine. The varieties that they make is quite impressive. So thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you again very soon, and take care.